All right, welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. We're starting with cricket, and Trinidad and Tobago are the 2025 CG United Women's Super50 Cup champions after comprehensively beating Barbados by 7 wickets in the final at Warner Park in St. Kitts and Nevis earlier on Friday. After being sent into bat, Barbados were skittled out for 7-1 in 29 overs, with 7 of the 10 wickets falling to spin. A savvy calendar top scored with 28 as Anisa Mohammed ended pick of the Trinbagonian bowlers with 3 for 17. Trinidad and Tobago then used 23.2 overs to reach 75 for 3 to secure victory and claim a record-extending 14th title. Winning captain and player of the tournament, Karishma Ramharak, joins us now via Zoom. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Really happy to be here again.
Congratulations. Can you describe in your own words, what does it mean to you? How does it feel to, first of all, be the captain of Trinidad and Tobago and for them to finally win this tournament? The last time you all won was in 2017. Talk to me about how you feel.
You know me, really humbled. I'm grateful for the opportunity and, also very happy at the same time to be able to achieve this with the team.
Yeah, and when you initially started the competition, that first match, the opening match, picked up a loss. Talk to me about what you and your coach, Marissa Aguilera, along with the backroom staff, because I'm aware that, it's a team effort. What would you have said to the team, Karishma, to get them coming back into the game, roaring like they did and making sure that you walked away with that title?
Well, honestly, I've been joking around with the girls. That's the only toss I lost for the tournament, and we lost that match. So the first goal was to keep winning the toss. But I think what we did well, even though we lost, we took the loss with, a strong back. We sat down as a team and said, hey, it's the only game we're going to lose. If we have to lose, we're going to go down with a fight. And I think everybody put their hands up. And as you could see from the scorecard, every single game, there was a different star, So I'm really proud of the girls. I think they did exactly what we asked them to do. And as I said, I think we have, the best bowling attack in the tournament, and I stand by my word.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all the commentators were talking about the bowlers. Nobody was surprised when you won the toss today and decided to bowl again first. I think that was expected. But weren't you a bit nervous? And I'm saying that because the track was a batting track. So, if you went ahead, won the toss and bowled, and then you lost, people would have said, you made the wrong decision. Did that ever cross your mind?
No, I think I mentioned in the toss earlier that our team has been bowling on sides for really low totals. And I think we just went with our gut feeling. We went with what worked for us right through all the tournament, and we stuck to that. And I think, even though the pitch was really good for batting, I don't think, as I said, it would not have changed in both innings. So for us, it was about executing as bowlers and giving the batters a low score to chase.
How good was Anisa Mohammed? She has impressed me yet again. I mean, she is impressive, Karishma, but she continues to impress me. That one-handed catch that I saw, then, of course, today getting wickets again, just doing what she has to do. She commands a certain sort of respect based on what she has contributed to the women's game. But she was so good again today, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the name itself speaks. Anisa Mohammed, it's probably the best spinner in the world that we've had in Trinidad and Tobago, and I'll always say that she has been a veteran. She is a veteran, a legend of the game, and I think without her, it would have been a little tougher as captain. She really helped me pull throughout the tournament, and I feel like we've worked really well together. And again, she came up in the tournament after a break, and she showed us why she is, Anisa Mohammed.
Yeah, Karishma, I know that captaincy isn't completely new to you. You've been captain at junior level cricket and school cricket and so on. But how much of responsibility did you feel with this job leading TNT?
I think once you have a team that respects you, supports you, and they understand their role, understand what they have to do, especially on the field. You had the spotters, dealing with all of them on the field and being able to put plans into actions. And I think what we did well in meetings is that we prepped well. We made every plan clear to everybody who is sitting in the dressing room, and everyone was able to pick up and learn and go out there and execute. And to me, it's easy as a captain once you have your players understanding their roles on the field.
Yeah, at the end of the game today, Marissa Aguilera, the coach, Karishma, compared last season's lack of success to this season's success, and she used the word unity and suggested that this unit or this team was a more unified bunch than last year's team. Could you comment on that?
Yeah, I don't want to take much credit, but I think I was able to, clip the girls under my wings. I think, I think being a captain, you have to really understand your players and understand what they need and when they need it. What really worked for us this year is the way that they were able to, just say yes to anything that I say to them or the management said to them. And they were so open-minded to, anything we laid out on the table, they were open to it. Whether the rain fall and they wanted to train while the rain was falling, they were open to it. And I think that showed the passion and the how much we wanted this tournament.
Yeah.
And to me, that really stood out, the way we were, eager to play this tournament.
Yeah, congratulations on the impact that you have had with this team, Karishma. I want to ask you too about Marissa Aguilera, who, as the coach, is a player that comes to the job with a lot of experience, a World Cup winner, and she knows what it feels like to be a player, and not into the distant past. Sometimes, coaches and administrative personalities who, would have been playing 20 years before may have a little bit more difficulty connecting with the players now. But Marissa just played up to recently. So how much of an impact do you think her role as a coach had on this team?
I said to her when we started to work together, we were really in sync from the start of the tournament. Our plans matched immediately. Things I went to her, she had already written it down in her book to put or pass on to the team. But what really, really worked for, Marissa, or Coach Marissa, as we call her now, the fact that she understands women cricket. She played the game. She understands when her team is down. She understands what the team needs. She's played the game. She's played this cricket. So she understands exactly how her players are feeling and what they need to do to pick themselves up. And that really helped us throughout because she was able to slow down when we needed to slow down and to accelerate when we needed to accelerate. And again, everybody was up to the task.
Yeah, and Mara referenced it at the top, Karishma, talking about losing your opening game against the Jamaicans and then bouncing back to get wins back to back, eventually taking the title. I remember you scored 32 in the first game, which was a losing effort for your team. How did you feel after that result? Because it isn't the way that you wanted to start a tournament.
If I'm being honest with you, I think if you look at the game where Leewards and Jamaica played, it wasn't. They made it seem easy. They chased 250-something runs. And honestly, that game, I think we beat ourselves. I think it was there to win. But, we didn't execute well as batters. However, as I said, the girls, were really open to learning and growing and how we wanted to play cricket going forward. I think we weren't really down as we expected to be. We said it was the first game of the tournament, and we have a lot more to play for. And that's exactly what we did. There was nobody who could have, stopped us from, winning this tournament.
Okay, so I get the picture. You did think that the 224 target that you were chasing against the Jamaica team in the opening game was not an insurmountable target, and if the team had applied themselves that, with a bat, there would have been a good chance because you're not a top line batter. You batted 7 or 8, and yeah. you got 32, which showed that if the top line batters had applied themselves, maybe they could have contributed to a TNT success in that game. A quick comment, Karishma, on the blend in your team, because a lot of experience mixed with youth. Janaba Joseph, one of the promising young players in your setup. Samara Ramnath also there. You know, young players looking for a future in the game. How do you feel about their contribution to the TNT success?
Yeah, look, as I said, once we made their roles clear, we told them exactly what we needed to do as a team, what we expected of them, and obviously the talent that they had unpossessed, the skill that they possess as well. And as I said, they were able to execute every time we laid, you know, like if we had a plan, they would sit down, they would ask questions, they would analyze, and these are things that we're looking for from our young players, you know, understanding the game, trying to learn the game, trying to better their games, and, you know, being able to execute when called upon. And to me, I'm really, really proud of the youngsters. I'm proud of the senior players as well, but the way that they were able to put up their hands, I think, you know, they really brought us through this tournament.
Yes, so Chris, I know it was tough for us to get you on because you all really want to celebrate. So what are the celebrations looking like?
Nothing out of the way. I think, you know, if you know us, we're very demure.
Not?
But I think yeah, we're gonna meet as a team later, and we're gonna have some celebration, some sort of celebrations. I told them I don't care what we do, but we're gonna do it together.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Well, anything you want to say to the Trinidad and Tobago supporters that have, you know, rallied behind you and the entire team at the start of the competition, and not just the Trini supporters, because what I've learned with my time following cricket is, you know, there are so many around the Caribbean. Lance himself was rooting for you to bring Trinidad and Tobago home this title. So what do you have to say to them?
No, I must give thanks to everyone who support me, you know, personally, and the team, the ones who, you know, said that we could do it, and we went out there and we proved, you know, everybody else who doubted us. But I really, really want to commend, you know, those who support us, the families who've been checking in every day, you know, you especially, who's been messaging me every single day, you know, asking me if, you know, I'm good, if I, you know, I'm ready for the next task. And, you know, I'm really grateful for the support of all the fans around the world, especially. You know, I've seen all the comments, I've heard, you know, all who've been rooting for us, and I'm really, really happy that we were able to, you know, bring this title home.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for stopping by, and, you know, enjoy the celebrations. You deserve a party, as Marshall Montano said, so
yeah.
Enjoy.
Yes, thanks. Okay. Thanks for having me.
Bye, take care.
Yeah, and we can tell you that in the third place playoff of the Connery Sports Club, Guyana beat Jamaica by 82 runs. Batting first, Guyana posted 182 for 8 from their 50 overs. Rieliana Grimond, top scoring with 71. Nisha Ann Waysome, 3 for 25, was the pick of the bowlers for Jamaica. In reply, the Jamaicans were dismissed for 100 in 31.2 overs, with Niall Lachman taking 4 for 15. Over at the St. Paul's Sports Complex in Basseterre, in the fifth place playoff, the Windward Islands beat the Leeward Islands by 71 runs. After being sent to bat, the Windwards were dismissed for 130 in 34.2 overs, with Janelia Glasgow top scoring with an even 50 against Davronique Maynard, 4 for 20. The Leewards, in reply, could only muster 59, with Shonisha Hector being the only batter to reach double figures, as she top scored with 24 against the West Indies leg spinner Afi Fletcher with 5 for 12. So the Windwards getting a result over the Leewards in their final game, and the Guyanese, who were disappointed at not making the final because they were in pole position to get to the final at one stage, getting a good victory over the Jamaicans for third.
Yeah, but I know the Guyanese would feel a bit hard done because, as you said, you know, throughout the competition lands, they have also put up a really, really good fight. But one of the things about the format of this competition, and I said it yesterday, I'm going to say it again, you have to pick up those bonus points. You have to pick up points as soon as the competition starts, because there are so many circumstances that maybe you're not prepared for, and it puts you in, you know, a sort of defeated position. But good to see them get the win over Jamaica today. I am disappointed in Jamaica because they came into this competition as defending champions, and I expected them to put up a bigger fight, if I'm to say that. So I feel like, you know, the teams that didn't come out on top would want to go back to the drawing board, you know, analyze where they went wrong, Lance, and of course work on that for the next competition.
Yeah, I would think that Jamaica's chances too would have been hampered by the inability of Stephanie Taylor to play all of the games because she missed several games coming off surgery and an injury.
And Chanel as well.
And Chanel wasn't there because she's on WPL duties, so the Jamaicans were not at full strength. But a good tournament that we've seen here. Congrats again to TNT for playing so well in the tournament. And as Karishma said, their bowling was so efficient, and it was very difficult to beat TNT based on the strength of their bowling, particularly their spinners.
Yeah, really, really proud of the TNT women. Well, it's now time to take a quick break, and we're coming right back. We have a packed Friday show for you.